Before we get going, I would like to acknowledge two of our sponsors this evening, Horace Height of the Horace Height Estates, a residential community located in Sherman Oaks, the place you come home to, and Gaspar Insurance for all of your insurance needs with offices right here in Woodland Hills Warner Center. If we can have a bit of applause for those two folks. They're making it possible for us to videotape and bring this to the rest of the community. The next question is from Steve Holzer to Jeff Bornstein.
Good evening again. The South famously or infamously resisted the federal government on civil rights policy and were ultimately adjudged not entitled to do so. Now California resists the federal government on a different subject, immigration. Wasn't federal supremacy settled in the Civil War? And as a result, shouldn't California consider that in its policy?
No, not in this situation. No. It's a civil right.
This goes to Daniel.
Oh.
Daniel Brin. Sorry. Did I say Jeff? I'm very sorry. Oh. Jeff, it's yours. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay.
I apologize.
So anyway, it's a civil right. The reason why the South lost because they were infringing on people's civil rights. And these people should have rights. These people should have civil rights. I don't care if they're not citizens. They should have rights. They should have civil rights. And we should defend it. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for as government. It's like, it's racism. It's racism not to defend these people. It's racism. You don't like them because they're Hispanic. You don't like them because they're not white. It's racism to not defend these people, to not take care of these people.
Thank you. Daniel Brin.
It's a matter of humanity. Okay, we have families that have lived here for decades who are law-abiding, and we see ICE agents rounding them up and sending them home, splitting up families. I don't feel threatened by them. I feel that we need these people because our population is getting older, and we need a younger workforce of law-abiding people, and they are law-abiding people. And we need so that they could create the economy that will sustain us in our old age. So it's a matter of practicality, and it's a matter of decency that we stand up for these people, and we give them the respect that they need as human beings.
Thank you. Next, Jesse Gabriel.
So I am proud to have sued the Trump administration twice on the subject of immigration. I sued once on behalf of a young man named Daniel Ramirez Medina, who was the first dreamer who was arrested.
Give him a hand.
Thank you very much. I sued once on behalf of a young man named Daniel Ramirez Medina. He was the first dreamer who was arrested and detained by the Trump administration. It took us 6 weeks to get him out of custody and back with his family. And I sued once in connection with the UC system and our Attorney General, Javier Becerra, on behalf of young people when the administration decided to end the DACA program. Now, we brought a lawsuit because it was the right thing to do morally, because these were people that came out of the shadows and registered with the government, passed a background check. The government promised them that they could work and go to school, and we thought it was important that the government honor those promises. But we also sued the Trump administration because they violated federal law and the U.S. Constitution. So just because the administration is doing something about immigration policy doesn't mean it's lawful and doesn't mean it's constitutional.
Thank you.
And I think California has to stand up for our immigrant population.
Thank you very much. Next, Tricia Robbins-Casson.
So one of the things that occurs to me was a time in our history as a nation where we proclaimed that it was okay to have facilities that were separate but equal, which they were not. And it is something that we as a nation did for many years before people stood up for others' rights. My best friend moved here when she was 2. Her mother brought her. Neither one of them were legal. And as a result of Reagan's amnesty program for immigrants, they got their green cards. They have always been law-abiding citizens. They have always paid their taxes on time. And they have become citizens and now vote. And so to me, I think it's more important to protect people's rights than it is to abide by the fashion of the day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ankur Patel.
Immigration cuts to the core of what it means to be American. Now, is this issue settled in terms of what the federal government is doing and how it relates to California? Not exactly. There's a lot of back and forth still going on in the details of either DACA or border security or pathways to citizenship. It's important to be thoughtful, humane, inclusive, and again, recognize that we are a country of immigrants. Given opportunity, we can all continue to build this country and its successes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next, Ray Bishop. Same question.
This country, to me, was formed from immigrants, except for the Native Americans and the blacks that came in as slaves. We've been the melting pot, and it's made our country great. The diversity that we share in our country, taking in new ideas from different people, have made us more open-minded and great as a country, and we need to protect that and always protect the people that are here in our country, have been here for a while, and remain constant in our openness to help people that are having problems in their countries.
Thank you. Justin Clark.
The way I look at this problem is you can kind of relate it back to the homelessness question, is that with the homelessness people, is it enough to just give them services that help them? Or is there a greater underlying issue that needs to be solved? With immigration, we've had amnesty packages across multiple presidents, and we've never bothered to pass comprehensive immigration reform to fix the underlying problem. Regardless of political party, I don't think there's anyone in this room or anyone that doesn't want this handled in a humane way. But we do need to look at the underlying problem. That involves having a fair immigration process and reforming our immigration system and securing our country's borders. And that for some reason, border security has become an almost taboo subject when every other nation has border security and a way to legally immigrate. We should be focusing on removing the barriers of legal immigration and solve the whole picture.
Thank you. Thank you very much.